Well, good evening everyone, and thank you so much for coming to your beta reader focus group supper. It's pretty amazing to have reached this stage, and I'm just super pleased that it's with you. I do want to emphasise that you're not only here just to review a manuscript, it's to indulge in hopefully what's going to be a really energising blend of divergent thinking. In the time we have allotted, please be confident in your appraisal. Dig as far as you can beneath the surface for your insights. It's only really by doing that that I can truly understand your response to the story and to what we've shared as a group so far on this journey.
I really liked it. I thought the connection between Arcus and Danny was really lovely. I didn't like that he left his mum, but I did really like that story and how it unfolded.
Characters needed to talk more to each other, yes, describe more, as opposed to let's know what was happening in the story.
For me, that was the best chapter in the whole book, because you've got the wishmaker, who's the mediator, you've got Isabel with her anxiety, her fear, and she names him Gadfly. Gadfly is created. He is mean and evil and grotesque, and it's her feelings of anxiety where she eventually tears him apart and gets rid of that. I think that was a brilliant chapter.
Because I found that Jasmine was a big key character to the whole story, and she was kind of introduced and then died before I even had a chance to understand who she was. And that giving her so much more development, it would mean more to me at the end.
I think the reason I liked it was because he was clearly grieving but didn't know how to grieve. And Arcus was his release from that grief, I think.
I really liked it. I love that element of fantasy when you interplay the fantasy world and the real world. I wanted a lot more of it.
We talked about a lot of stuff that could be better. I did really enjoy the story. I found some of it a bit harder to get through, but by the time I was in the second book, I did care about seeing how it ended. So there's something quite powerful, I think, in the story.
No, I loved the mountain bit at the end. It was a bit kind of Deus Ex Machina, like they sort of needed something to wrap it all up. But I loved that crescendo because it was just building up to that. And then the way that Danny plays his role in that too, I really enjoyed that.
Part 2, Chapter 26, Beforen. 30 years of peace had left a time-honoured army porous. It had also permitted physical, tactical and siege training to lapse and allowed the bellies of some soldiers flaunting greying beards to grow to a point they made Arcus nervous. To restore his confidence, and importantly that of his father, Carbigan and several others began canvassing for volunteer enlistment. A steady stream of citizens arrived in all shapes and sizes. Their disciplined lines replicated Sakura's years before, and moved many to show emotion they had long since suppressed. These were Tharlo's heart, the loyal and the brave, offering to risk untrained lives for the sustenance of a province under whose light they had thrived in peace.
Last but by no means least, I want to extend an enormous in-person thank you to every single reader sat at this table. I know from having engagement with you individually that you've got loads of stuff going on. I've been super humbled by your dedication to tackling such an enormous stack of paper. So thank you so much for that.